Linguistics and Language Learning, Universal Grammar Approach. Now, let us look in more detail at the universal grammar approach proposed by Noam Chomsky and during the 1980s. Now, Chomsky argues that there are two aims of linguistic theory, and any theory related to language or linguistics must answer these two primary questions. The first question is, what is language like? And the second question is, why is it the way it is? So we can also say that the first question relates to descriptive adequacy, and the second question leads to explanatory adequacy. So a language learning theory, it might be, should have a descriptive adequacy. It should adequately describe the language itself, the structure of the language itself, and B, it should also adequately describe the process or explain the process by which the learning of the language occurs. Universal grammar approach developed by Noam Chomsky and his followers, of course, was one of the most influential approaches in second language acquisition, and it led to a whole field of computational linguistics. And it is very much in place even now. Universal grammar theory or the approach can be seen to have what we call as a property theory. Now, what is a property theory? A property theory is a theory that looks at in detail and tries to describe what is already there, that what kind of knowledge, what kind of language knowledge the learners actually possess in their minds. More often than not, universal grammar is more interested in finding out the knowledge of second language that resides in the minds of the learners. And let me remind you, this is the knowledge which is implicit and which is in the mind, and it is not explicitly available for investigation until and of course certain methodologies are involved. We'll come back to this point later. Universal grammar, apart from being a property theory interested in the property of knowledge or the language-based knowledge the learners have in their mind, it is also a transition theory. A transition theory is a theory that describes the process of language learning. So we see that universal grammar is both interested in knowing what type of knowledge is there in the minds of the learner, and it also tries to describe what is the language transition process or the learning process that occurs during the learning of the second language. And in that sense, it does answer the two main questions that Chomsky said learners must know, or the language theory that is ever proposed must answer. It describes what is the knowledge of the language, and it also moves on to explain how that knowledge is acquired by the learners.